Phil, we have a whole bunch of cards. I've been meaning to do this for a while. To take each of these formats and kind of get a look at like the cards that are commonly played, like the powerful cards that like people play in these formats. So we're going to start with Classic, and we're going to talk about, and I'm going to show my Moxfield list here that I've created off of their list that I have compiled. So I'll bring that up right now. The Classic staples. Yeah, everyone can see this, and if you want to QR scan it or whatnot, and I'll have a link below if you want to look at it as far as cards that you should be on your radar if you're thinking about playing Classic. These are all cards that are pretty commonly played in the format, and it'll allow you to kind of get an idea of cards you should be on the lookout for if you're like looking to buy cards, or you're going through some a bin looking for cards and stuff like that. This is the list right here. All right, so we can. I mean, let's start with Jason Mind Sculptor, Phil.
Yeah, just Planeswalkers. Sweet. Hell yeah.
Planeswalkers. Really only one Planeswalker widely played in this format because we haven't gotten to Liliana yet because this stops at Rise of the Eldrazi.
So I would still think that it might be mindful of, not necessarily staple, but be mindful of Elspeth, 4-mana Elspeth. And
Elspeth also, Knight Errant, right?
Knight Errant.
I think that's a fine one to add here.
For you sickos like me that love a Tundra, also be mindful of Gideon Jura.
Be mindful of who?
Gideon Jura.
Gideon, of course.
Gideon Jura. Now,
Gideon Jura. I used to use Elspeth and Gideon Jura together, and I would jump Gideon at my opponents.
How about this to start off? Now that we're talking about Gideon, Zach, a little fun lore is. Gideon, originally from Theros, his name is actually Kithian Eora. But when he his spark ignited when he was battling Erebos and lost all of his friends, he ended up on Bant, and when he relayed his name to the people of Bant, they didn't have the linguistics to be able to pronounce the syllables that he was saying. And so he said Kithian Eora, and they said Gideon Jura, and then that just became his name.
Wow. People on Bant are pretty dumb.
No, that's just like...
they just don't have Ks.
they're the way that they pronounce things is different as is things across multiple languages. But it's cool that Gideon Jura, the first introduction that we have to him in Magic, is this card, and that's not his name.
Yeah, and yet Planeswalker, Gideon.
Yeah, because it's also who he wanted to be. He didn't want to be Kithian Eora anymore because it reminded him of the tragedy that ignited his spark.
Yeah. Fair.
Very deep, this Gideon character.
All right, so then we've got Dark Confidant, Emrakul, Eternal Witness, Aethersworn Canonist, Fairy Macabre gets played pretty often. Gaddock Teague and Iona, the Shield of Emeria.
Some of the sickest art ever is Iona.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's almost biblically accurate angel space.
A 6-winged angel?
Right up there. Then we have and what I like about this list too, Phil, is that these are a lot of these cards you don't commonly see in Legacy anymore. Maybe the occasional Aethersworn Canonist. Of course, Fairy Macabre is almost not even a creature. Rarely does this card get cast. But the Gaddock Teague, Iona, even Emrakul, seeing a resurgence again now that people are playing Show and Tell. But like Dark Confidant and I mean, if anything tells you the speed of this format is being able to play Eternal Witness.
Yeah, I mean, being able to play Rock's Warmonk, which shows up. Gaddock Teague still sees plenty of play in the same way that it did back in the day as the hate piece that it is. It still sees play, and it shows up. I've seen it as a 2 of in lists that are willing to play those colors together. But yeah, Iona completely gone. Net of the Reliquary shows up in the decks that are like specific.
Stress and Duke still play it.
Yeah, like your Selesnya Depths of the world, but those things have like fallen out of favor. The format has literally made it to where Knight of the Reliquary just needs to be green white. Like white of the Reliquary has just sort of replaced that because it's
Sure.
in
Yeah.
the stronger color, black over white. Um, Noble Hierarch, maybe a one of in a Green Sun Zenith package, but not really. Like it's not part of mainstays, the staple of decks like you see in like when it was around at Infect. But yeah, here in Bant,
Yeah. It's
Bant
interesting
mid-range decks are huge.
that there is no Infect in this format because this format came out before Infect. So this is just being played as like a completely like honest mana dork
I mean,
that has a little bit of a bonus.
dude, the little bit of a bonus though matters when we look over at Tarmogoyf, which sees a ton of play in the format, and Tarmogoyf on Tarmogoyf battle is broken up by Exalted, which also is provided by Kosali Pride Mage, which sees a ton of play. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Painter Servant for all you combo maniacs out there.
Stoneforge Mystic still seeing a ton of play, but in a different way. You have GT, but you don't have Batterskull in this format.
Yeah.
So
Sword of Fire and Ice is the
Yep.
other card that people
Yep.
normally get. Of course, Vendilion Click,
also
classic.
completely gone from Modern Legacy.
Yeah. But this is a great place for this card. I think this is one of those cards that like at a point in time this was a $50 Magic card, if you can believe it.
I recall.
And it was at its peak during this era where like there was not a lot of stuff to kill it, and even in when it was in Modern during this era too, like people were playing it in Modern like 2012 to like 2015 until it was sort of power crept out of the format. But Vendilion Click is like one of those cards like I just love sneaking into play, like when opponents going on their like combo turn, just like hold on.
It might be one of the most dynamic cards they've ever designed. Like, yeah, it was used frequently on end steps or draw steps, but I mean the amount of play that this card would have and like the replayability of it being used in different ways across archetypes, like so dynamic. And what's cool about Classic and Peak and the other Eternal Durdles formats that utilize these cards, compared to like what you're talking about, $50 back in the day. I mean, absolute pennies to the dollar nowadays for these cards that have been power crept out.
Original printing for 476, right?
Yeah.
Finding the right high-end cards for legacy, vintage, pre-modern, or old-school Magic can be challenging. That's where our friends 3-for-1 Trading come in.
3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's top Magic the Gathering retailers with an incredible selection of premium singles, sealed product, and even full sets, all available with free, fast, and secure worldwide shipping.
They add fresh inventory every Wednesday with weekly deals and discounts. So whether you're hunting for that elusive piece of power, a legacy staple, or something spicy for your collection, they've got you covered.
First high-end orders over $500 or €500, use the code EDFREE to get free worldwide shipping.
Check them out now at the number 3, the number 4, the number 1.gg/ED. That link takes you right to the shop and helps support the channel.
Huge thanks to 3-for-1 Trading for supporting the legacy community. Now back to the show.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move into sorceries now. We've got Cabal Therapy, Careful Study, Dread Return, Duress, Fire Spout.
Some of these cards would have been
Torak.
Some of these cards would have been like pennies to the dollar in the same way before the pre-modern spike. So now original printing, the one thing about the pre-modern spike is that spike really only hit reserve list cards that don't have a second printing or original printings with original art, but you can still get like updated printings. Like Cabal Therapy is like $30 right now for the original one, but the reprints are $1, not even.
Yep. Yeah. Even like cards like Pyroclasm right now is $4 for the original version, but like I think it's like literal like cents
Has
otherwise.
been reprinted 60 times, yeah.
Yeah. Sinkhole. You can get OG Sinkhole for $95 apparently, but like they reprinted this in one of the Modern Horizon sets, Eternal Masters. It's a $8 card. Can you get any cheaper than $8? Nah. There you go. $8 for a Sinkhole if you want to play, if you want to be a Sinkhole gamer. Thoughtseize has been reprinted into the ground. Let's give a quick look for Thoughtseize. $7 is probably the cheapest you're gonna get. $9, $6.55 for the Theros version. So there you go. Not bad. Show and Tell over here. You can get copies of Show and Tell relatively cheap still. Yeah, $2 for the Marvel Universe version.
Yeah,
if you want an actual Magic the Gathering version, $7 for the Modern Horizons.
The original
Mystery
version's
Booster
like
2.
The original one's like what, 60?
55.
55, yeah. But like the discrepancy, if you like want to just get the effects to be able to play with them, all the reprintings of those cards, like Pre-Modern has spiked the original printings, but also if you don't want to buy any of them, just proxy them up.
Yeah, most of these formats are proxy friendly. Other than we got into instance here. So this is a good idea of like the litmus of what's playable in this format, right? Ancient Grudge, Brain Freeze. We have some Solidarity decks floating around. Brainstorm, Dark Ritual, Daze, Diabolic Edict, Echoing Truth, Force of Will, Hydroblast, Intuition, Crow's Grip, Lightning Bolt, of course, Meditation. Again,
not,
with those
not meditation,
Solidarity.
Meditate. Meditation's a different card.
Yeah, Meditation's a whole different card. Meditate. Mindbreak Trap, a classic sideboard card. People use this a lot. Then we've got Pact of Negation, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares as well. Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Wipe Away, Pyroblast, Red Blast, Pierce, Snare, and then Stifle.
I would also add to sorceries, add Wrath of God and Damnation as
Wrath of God and Damnation
as sweepers, because this is pre-Innistrad block. So it's pre-Innistrad block. There is no Return to Ravnica, so you do not have Supreme Verdict. You do not have Terminus. It is the oldies are still here in Wrath of God. You do have, if you wanted for whatever reason more of them, you could play Day of Judgment. Day of Judgment came out in, I believe, Zendikar, but it doesn't seem like to make sense to do that when Wrath of God just has the additional can't be regenerated text, which is valuable because Thrun, I believe, is in this format, if I remember correctly.
Thrun is not in this format. He's a Scars Mirrodin
character.
He's
Scars. Okay, so never mind. Yeah. But is there any? Is regenerate have any value in this format? Is there any regenerate?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I mean, you could play Riverboa.
Wrath of God is also just cooler than Day of Judgment. So
it is. Look at this art. It's so rad. And even the Quentin Hoover art is also excellent.
Dude, yeah, that fat ass right in the middle of the in the middle of the Wrath of God. But I think Damnation is also for you, Black X gamers. Just quality, just absolute quality.
Quality tuckus. All right, artifacts, Phil. Aether Vial, of course, for those Death and Taxes guys. Death and Taxes I guess it's not even Death and Taxes. It's like Maverick, right? Merfolk, obviously.
There's also there was like blue-white Aether Vial adjacent decks that would play put Jotun Grunt into play on turn 2 and just did a bunch of weird things but you still got Merfolk and stuff,
Yeah, Merfolk is I think the reason why this is seeing as much play as it is, right? Maybe Goblins too, but definitely Merfolk.
The tribal decks are still here.
Yep. Then you got Chalice of the Void, Engineered Explosives, and Phil, you had mentioned to me when I was building my my control deck that I should play Engineered Explosives, and I realized why that's not correct because it's a mono blue deck.
Well,
so I wouldn't have had anything but to put it on 0 or 1.
Which matters though,
it's not nothing for sure.
As I assume that the card that it's right next to is a problem. Chalice of the Void is a problem.
Not in my deck.
Well, your deck is
I'm playing
Chalice of the Void. Yeah. But for the versions that are playing the correct cards in their deck, like Ponder and Brainstorm, you're gonna want a way to blow up Chalice.
Sure. Ensnaring Bridge, Grindstone, Lotus Petal, Mox Diamond. Let's change this. I hate it. Switch printing. We got Sword of Fire and Ice. Do the Judge Foil. Sword of Fire and Ice. Let's change this to whatever it is. Umazaz Jete. There you go. Umazaz Jete. Trinisphere. Tormod's Crypt. I like a better version of Tormod's Crypt than that. We'll go with the dark. Sensei's Divining Top. I'll switch that to a legit version of Sensei's Divining Top. Relic of Progenitus. Pithing Needle. Let's get a cooler version of Pithing Needle up in here. I like a old school looking border.
The retro border is better than all.
Yeah. All right. So, you got some stacks pieces here. You've got, again, like we were looking for Umzaz, Jete, and sort of Fire and Ice. There they are. You can get those with your Stoneforge Mystic. And then we've got, of course, Grindstone there. And let's change this to, it can be the 7th edition version.
Something to consider too in the sorcery space. Less explored to an extent, but Burning Wish was definitely in all of the combo decks, or a lot of the combo decks. But alongside that, in the cycle, like Living Wish is around, and you can do toolboxy stuff with that, which is really cool. You do have Cunning Wish in the instant space, like for similar reasons. I've seen a lot of decks play like a Cunning Wish, and I don't get it because I'm like, all of the cards that you would get out of your board, none of them like seem to necessarily solve too many problems or do too much for you to add a 3-mana tax to. But I think the wishes that Burning Wish cycle of cards does have a lot of utility to them and ways to explore.
Sure. All right. Enchantments, Phil. We've got Blood Moon, of course. We've got Choke for the haters. Counterbalance. How do you feel about this version of Counterbalance? Obviously the art is OG, but like I don't know. I like this border for Classic specifically.
I'm not pro Future Sight frame only because I feel like it cuts off more art than any of the other frames.
Sure.
And if anything, I would rather have more art on my cards than less. So
I feel you.
If anything, there's like the text box being a standard size, even if a text box doesn't use up all of its space, I'm like, narrow it. I don't need more empty text box if in a time where not every card took up all of its text box and more to the adding effects that aren't even on the card.
Yeah. Then we got Engineered Plague. What is this? Bearscape? Oh no, it's Sylvan Library. I'm like, what is this card?
For in your enchantments, where's our exploration? Where's our mana bonds?
Right. Well, this was the top 100 played cards. That's why it wasn't in that list. But I think we can add. I don't mind adding extra cards. Mana bonds. Mana bonds. Bond. Mana bond, bro. Just one bond. Not so many bonds. Mana bond. Exploration, I think, is a totally fine card to add to this list. Right? Boom.
Super sweet.
There you go.
Super sweet.
All right. And then we have lands.
There's also, speaking of the haters, get your humility in there.
Yeah, why not?
Get it in there. Now, Moat is $1,000, but yeah, Moat.
Well, Moat is a card you could proxy into this format.
Yeah, you definitely proxy the Moat.
There we go.
Sweet.
For the real haters, those non-flying haters.
What is the castle in Moat? Do we know which castle that is?
Nope.
In the game?
It's the castle from Castle.
Like if anybody knows what castle that is referencing, if it's referencing any castle that we know the name of. Because in my head, for some reason, I always thought that it was the Tabernacle. But
no, it's not the Tabernacle.
It's not. I know it's not. But for a long time in my head, I was just like, oh, yeah, it's the Moat and that's the world. But I know it's not. And now I'm curious.
Yeah. Maybe it's the white banding land.
What's the white banding
Legends
land?
band with other legends land.
What's that?
Seafarer's Quarry is the blue one. But every color had a land that was like, it didn't even tap for mana. It just like gave banding to other legends to band with legends.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different cycle.
Yeah. It's like something in or something. Let me look. I bet I can find it in less than 22 seconds.
Also, the cool shit about this format is you can do whatever the hell you want, man. You can do whatever you want. That's why it's so sweet. Where's crop rotation, bro? Give me crop rotation in the instance.
Here we go.
Where's
Bands with
gamble?
other.
Where's gamble in the sorceries? How are these not in the top 100 played cards? We're going to need players to get on this stuff.
It is not, Phil, Cathedral of Sarah.
What's Cathedral of Sarah do?
Hold on, I'm going to share this. Cathedral of Sarah, all your white legends gain bands with other legends.
So
it is
sweet.
not the Mountain Stronghold. All your red legends gain bands with other legends. It is not the Seafarer's Quay. It is not the Unholy Citadel. Unholy Citadel's sick.
Did anybody know? Could anybody have named this 5-card cycle? Like if anybody without
the
having
bands with other legends
yeah,
cycle.
yeah. It's like just out of nowhere, name these cards, which all have absolute insane art.
Oh, dude, it's crazy how good the art is here for cards that just
Like,
have. I want to say I could probably count on my hands the number of times that these have hit the board in a game of Magic the Gathering.
Dude,
over the course of the entire,
is this cycle arguably the best art for worst cards cycle in the history of the game?
I think
like
the dichotomy of the usability of these lands versus how good the art is. I mean, there's the usability of the card is so low. It is literally just a permanent, right?
The usability of the cards are not usable at all. But all of the art is just banger after banger. Like all 5 of these arts is like none of them miss.
No, every single one of them. I mean, Mark Poole's Unholy Citadel. You've got Tom Wainerstrand's Query. The Guild Houses by Tom Wainerstrand. Mark Poole does the Cathedral of Sarah, and Tom Wainerstrand does the Mountain Stronghold. What sucks about this is like they could have just added like Forest, Plains, Mountain. This is actually called Mountain Stronghold. It's not a mountain.
Stronghold?
Island and swamp to these, and they would have been like probably playable.
I don't know. They don't make mana, but
no, exactly.
Man.
Then they would have if they had that. If they had the name of the land on them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like
you're saying they had the land
mountain,
that way. It's
land,
implicit.
Plains, yeah. They would have. They would have probably seen some level of play just for being a non-basic land, which at the time wasn't a hindrance.
Also, all white legends gain bands with other legends. Same thing with all the other colors. But like, what legends? Whoever even had at the time more than one legend in play.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God! My 7-mana 4/3 legend with no other text can band with my 6-mana 2/5.
Yeah. I've got my Torwaki out. I'm gonna
This is perfect.
Have it banned with my Dakin Blackblade.
Dude, Master of the Hunt though, ahead of its time.
Yeah. Master of the Hunt, rocking the put a Wolves of the Hunt token into play. Treat this as a green creature with the ability bands with other Wolves of the Hunt. I want to say that it also makes that green creature is also a wolf.
Yeah, dude, it's Wolves of the Hunt.
But meanwhile, there are no wolves, Phil, on this card.
No, it's
those are
Master.
for sure dogs.
Summon Master, bro. No, dude, wolves, dogs are wolves.
No, look. Come on, Brando, back me up here.
Dude, dogs are a part of the wolf tribe.
No, those are dogs of the hunt. In Magic the Gathering, dogs and wolves are two different things.
This isn't Wolves of the Hunt, man. This is Master of the Hunt.
All right,
Wolves of the Hunt is back. Just what he's finding.
Let's go back to the classic template here and talk about the lands, because we've been talking about lands for a little while now. We should talk about lands that actually see play. Academy Ruins. I'm actually playing one in my mono blue deck because I was like, hey, why not just get back the
dude. Up in artifacts. Speaking of things that you can do, Vedalken Shackles.
Videlkin Shackles. Yeah. I guess I should add that.
Where's the Grim Monoliths, bro? The one Grim Monolith you play.
What is it? Dalkin. Is it E? Delkin?
No, it's VED. A.
There we go. Is it A again on the can?
Just put in Shackles, bro. Just type in Shackles. Nobody nobody knows how to spell Vidalkin.
Shackles. There it is, Phil. Shackles.
Yeah, what does the actual card Shackles do?
I believe now. Before I click on this, I think it is basically a pacifism that you can return to your hand. Let's find out. Enchanted creature does not tap during its controller untap phase. Return Shackles to its owner's hand. Hell yeah! I played a lot of Exodus back in the day, dude.
Dude, is
This
it
was
crazy?
a all-star limited card.
Crazy that Shackles is not an artifact.
Also, there's Spirit Shackles. You know about Spirit Shackles, Phil?
No, bro. I only
This
know
has
the
some sick art.
Dolphins.
This has some sick art.
Dude, what is it? Yeah, Spirit Shackles being an enchantment makes sense because it's a spirit shackle. But
Yes.
actual factual shackles, how is that not an artifact?
Yeah, you would think.
What were they doing?
They were like, we're gonna save that for the Vidalkins.
The Vidalkins get the correct shackle.
There they are. Got
Vidalkin shackles.
Vidal Vidalken. Vidalken.
What
There
is
you go.
the homie getting shackled in the original art? What tribe is that?
That looks like a demon of some kind.
You think,
Possibly an
yeah,
ogre.
just horns down.
Yeah, dude, horns down demon.
Horns
sad.
down.
He's
Sad
so
demon.
sad. He's like, you
Sad.
have too many islands. I can't not be doing what you want me to do.
Nothing we can do about that.
Possibly an ogre. Okay, so we've got Academy Ruins. We've got Ancient Tomb, of course. We've got all the dual lands, like dual lands, fetch lands. Bojuka Bog, dude, City of Brass, still playable in this format. City of Traders, Gemstone Mine, Canopy, of course, the actual good lands from Legends. Mazevith.
You get Mazevith, Dark Depths. You got some lands in here that
Right.
play in the lands.
Tabernacle. I have a Tabernacle proxy for this format. You got your cycling lands as well.
No, you add Dark Depths to the list, my guy.
It's not on here. Come on, Dark
That's
Depths.
a cold snapper. And speaking of Dark Depths, you do get your Turbo Depths of the world. You can play Hex Mage.
Yeah, we'll bring in the Hex Mage.
Vampire Hex Mage. Make your 2020.
There we go.
What did
Boing.
Urborg come out in? What was the original Urborg? Not the
Planar
original Urborg.
Chaos.
The original Urborg is not the
Planar
but,
Chaos. The OG Urborg
Tomb.
is actually from
yeah, it's from Legends, but Tomb of
Here we go.
Yawgmoth to
Where's he at?
Turbo
Where's that?
out.
Where'd I put it? There it is. So sick. Get rid of First Strike.
Dude, playable.
Yeah. Tom, is that no? It's Brian Wackwitz, obviously, friend of the show, Brian Wackwitz. You wanted Urborg, the Tomb, or Borg. So many Urborg cards. Tomb of the Yawgmoth. There it is. You can play it.
Threaten your turn 2 kill.
Oh yeah.
Turn 1 Urborg Thoughtseize. Turn 2 Dark Depths Vampire Hex Mage. Make it 2020. Get ya.
Get bent. Yeah. Awesome.
So you got
All
the
right.
duels,
Well,
all the cycling lands, Wasteland, Ghost Quarter.
Yeah.
Still in this format as well.
Ghost Quarter. Not in here. You want me to add Ghost Quarter?
Ghost Quarter is playable.
Ghost
playable.
Quarter is not legal, Phil.
It's not? Didn't it come out in...
Oh, no, it came out in Ravnica, right?
Original Ravnica.
OG. Yeah.
I was like...
Sorry, I was thinking, what's it called? What the hell is the name of that set? Innistrad. It was in Innistrad as well, but
Ghost Quarter is in
out
the...
before that.
The original Ghost Quarter is in the Orzovian section of Ravnica.
Yeah. It's a quarter of the ghosts. Not a quarter of the ghosts. Not like 25% of the ghosts. It's a quarter of like the French Quarter.
Yeah, it's where they hang out.
Yeah. All right. It looks like you're enjoying the show. Support Eternal Durdles by becoming a member of Patreon or YouTube. The Durdle Maniac tier gives you early access to every video completely ad-free. You can level up your game with our Masterclass tier, which includes everything from Durdle Maniac, plus access to our complete library of deck Masterclass episodes, deep dives into Magic's most iconic archetypes. Your support helps us create more for you, join us and become a member. Okay, so there we go. Phil, we have a list of cards that people can look to learn about the format, to see what cards are commonly played, and to keep an eye out. If you're going through like a bulk bin or something like that, you'd be like, oh, check it out. There's some Vendilion clicks in here, and I can get them for $1. I'll pick them up, you know?
Zach
sort of
loves going through bulk bins at major
It's my
events
favorite thing.
because the treasure hunt is real.
I like to build a battle box. So
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you know, doing them on the cheap is the way to be.
We all have our treasure hunts, and man, the little dopamine hit that when you find the good stuff when you're journeying that way, like, dude, I'm that guy with altars. When I see like altars that I can play in any format. It's why I play
so many formats, Phil, so I can feel that dopamine hit is actually like just, you know, going through like when I love doing it for pre-modern when I'm like, ooh, you know what? I need like to build another deck, and I just like start looking for cards, and I'm like, hey, there's a Tarnished Citadel in this bulk bin. Cool, I'm gonna pick it up.
Zach, to bring this episode full circle, we're all masters of the hunt.
We are. And with that said, Phil, we should remind everyone, if you like this content, please subscribe to this channel. This channel's very new. We're trying to get it to monetization before February of 2027 when YouTube increases the watch hours needed to make a channel monetized by a double, basically. That will help us do things like get equipment to do gameplay content, which is something we want to add to this channel that we don't necessarily want to do on Eternal Durdles as well. On top of that, you know, getting events run and stuff like that, it's something we're looking to do. So we you know, that infrastructure that comes from the monetization of this channel allows us to devote time for that sort of thing. Right now, all of this content is basically a net negative for us until that 1,000 followers happens. But I do want to support these formats. Pre-modern, if you're a pre-modern person, this is where this content is going to be for now on this channel. Classic, of course, this was a classic episode, you know that. Peak Legacy, which we just had an event for, you can find in a previous episode. We talk about that event pre-war, and yeah, I'm just excited to go through bulk bins. Honestly, I feel like there should be an episode where I just go through bulk bins with my glasses on and like be like, awesome. Yeah, I found more cards.
Zach is going to do the episode where he talks about the ideal bulk bin searching strat.
Yes, it's definitely I'm a fast bulk bin look guy. Anyhow, that'll be another episode. Phil, what can people do on our website now?
Yeah, so if you go, you can submit an article if you want to write about anything Classic Legacy, and we'll publish it on EternalDurdles.com. We're also starting a weekly newsletter. We're working out the final kinks of that, but we're going to start that soon, so you can go over and you'll see, you can hit the newsletter, hit that button, Zach. Let them see what it looks like. So there you go. It's real simple. You go right there, and then you can choose what formats, like when you press right there, all the formats that we got supported on Eternal Durdles, you can check which ones that you actually want to read about, and that is the content that you will be served on the newsletter, which is really great. And it's a way for the site to go to you rather than you always having to go to the site, and you should do it for the stuff that you like and support written content, and it'll be great. And we love you all.
Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll catch you on the flip.